Let's welcome in the management at Bandhan Bank. Mr. CS Ghosh, of course, really needs no introduction in the world of banking. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us. It's been a kind of mixed performance for the bank. While the bank has reported the highest ever quarterly operating profit, NPA stress has also risen. Can you tell us about the quarter?
No, if we see that this quarter is very much severe than any other quarter in the pandemic situation on that, because of the second wave have been affected lots of life, and people are very much scared about it on that. So that is the one cause on that. The people are not normally running the business in the ground level. If we see that it has been started in the first month of the quarter in from the central India, Delhi, and the Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, and it has been gradually has gone to the northeast. Until now, northeast happening on that. So this is the one side. It's been seen that there is a good amount of the number of the business owner are not properly running their business. And second part of that, is a model of Bandhan as a microcredit, which is that the nearly 60% of our advance book, the staff are going to the customer doorsteps to collect the installment. In that time, it is not easy to go there because of the two sides, because of the lockdown is a long time, and second also the staff health also there is a risky on that. I cannot be pushed them to go on that collect, and both are these things happen. And I saw that in the this number of cases affected has been come down in the July, and also lockdown have been lifted in July, and a couple of the rating organization and government also declared their GDP growth rate will become to this the 9 to 10%. I hope that in the future it will become very good on that. But earlier there is a very tough time we have been passed in a first quarter, is a June quarter.
So the total collection efficiency stood at 86% for Q1. Talk to us about collection efficiency for the overall book, collection efficiency for states like West Bengal, Assam. Are you seeing any improvement versus the last quarter?
If you see that the improvement of the collection efficiency is coming on that. In that sense, if I say that the 95% of the microcredit collection efficiency was in March, and April and May, June, if a quarter I have been mentioned about it, very much big way heated because of pandemic situation of the next second wave on that. And that can be taken the long, good time on that to recover it on that. For that region, it has been little bit come down, but if you see in the time of the microcredit portfolio, in the first quarter, our demand was at 13,000 crores, and we collected nearly 13,000 crores, including arrears. That means who are customer as an NPA, they are also repay the installment in that time. So that if you see that the total collection efficiency has come, including arrear, is a 98% in microcredit, and total bank is 101%, which is to show the trend on that. Though it is in first quarter is in bad situation of the pandemic, after that also it is coming to recover in this month. I hope that the next quarter and onwards it will be improved much more on this.
So, given that you have most exposure to microfinance, EEBB microfinance loan book, has it slowed versus the last quarter? Is that a conscious call to slow down the growth as collections and demand may be impacted?
No, if you see that the three factors in here, one factor is that always the first quarter of any financial year, the demand of the credit has come down. And second cause of that, because of this, the heated the second wave in the first quarter, and that is also impacted on that, and the demand has come down on that. And third one is there, in that situation, bank also coming as a conservatively and very selected basis, we are disbursing the credit on that. All three together, it has come to down in the first quarter in this much.
So credit cost has come down versus the last quarter to 7.2, but it's still pretty high at 4.9. Can you talk to us about will the operating profits be enough to take care the provisioning or the credit costs need?
No, if you see that the provisioning is in two parts. One part is it is a help me to increase the PCR. This is a one side. Other side is it's a help to strengthen our balance sheet to take if this type of incident has come, we'll be take there's a risk on that. So this is the way we are provisioning on that to build a strengthening our balance sheet. We can be like to future will be not face this type of challenges. And the future, whatever we see that, we will be not like to reverse it. We can be continue the provision amount continuously on that, and accordingly the business growth will become, it will be automatically absorbed on that.
Right. So what is the kind of recoveries that you expect on the overall book going ahead?
I saw that my 74% of NPA customer are repay the installment, and the second is there the who are the restructured amount we are done it on that. 84% of the restructured customer also paying to us in the last quarter, and that have been shown to us. It will take some time to come full recovered, but the customer are started the repay to the bank. So we are on month basis, it is improving. And this month also we have been seeing that very good improvement has come in the collection efficiency compared to the June, which can be helped on that this quarter and onwards. It will become very good repayment from the customer, and risk will become down.
Gross NPA stood at 8.2% and the net at 3.3. So at a net level, you can still say gross and net NPA for FY22. Can you put a number? Will that be higher?
No, if you see that we are not written up in this quarter, so that there is a 700 crores or like on that we are account for as an NPA. If we written off, this NPA will be not increased. Again, side on that, when you go to the calculation of the gross NPA percentage, because of my advance book size have been come down, so that it has been also percentage wise come on that. Otherwise, a percentage wise gross NPA, it is increased from the last quarter to this quarter at a 0.5% on that. So we are tracking on that and seeing that. But if you go to this net NPA, because of that, we are also provisioning in this quarter. So it is also again come down on that. So this is a very small amount has come. This is a conscious call because we are not written off in this quarter.
Overall, the loan book has declined by about 8% quarter on quarter. Given the circumstances around the third wave, what is the kind of loan growth that you expect for this year?
Yes, of course, in this type of situation, bank will be the cautious and very selective. This is one point on that. But the credit growth, always it will become from the last month of the second quarter, before the Puja and the Shoda, to fourth quarter on that. It is in last year also shown on that, and earlier, normal time also we have been seen on that. So it's a depend on that the growth will become what will be happened the Puja season. Is it that the third wave will come on that heat to the Puja season, or third wave will not come, and puja season will be like to right way to path on that. If it isn't happened on that, there is no big difference from the last year growth and this year growth of the advance.
Over the next 1-2 years, which are the segments that you think will lead to your growth? Microfinance, mortgage, commercial banking. Will the share of microfinance come down substantially?
No, if you see that the microfinance is a very standard model, and India is a big country, we are as usual grow on that. There is no growth drive is needed on that. But we are like to drive the growth of the housing vertical, housing loan, which is we like to now is at 24%, and the future will be like to reach in the 30% of the total book as a housing loan. And the second vertical, we are focusing on that the MSME, which is the less than 5 crores type of MSME. Huge market is there, which is secured. So we'll be like to grow in future. And also in the gold loan, because we have the lots of bank branch outlet. So we'll be like to use that outlet to open the more housing loan the office. So we can be like to increase this housing loan, which is also the secured. So these are the 3 sectors we'll be like to more focus in future, so that our every of the vertical will be the 30 can be like to reach by 2025.
What led to margin improvement during the quarter? At what level do you see margin stabilizing going ahead, given that interest rates may have bottomed out from here on?
If you see that I am always predicted on that the around 8 or 8 plus something, it will be like to NIM. But in this quarter, it is little bit higher compared to the last quarter. Because of last quarter, we are reversed the interest 500 crores, so that it has been shown the low. Otherwise, 8.4 and 800 to 8 to 8.4 is in good. We can be like to maintain.
You seem to have sufficient capital. How long will the current capital last, considering your growth?
As per the growth of the bank, though little bit is in a conservative growth in the last year and this year. Otherwise, the normal growth of the bank, we can be like to utilize this capital as per other bank by 25 on that. So up to 25, we have not need the extra capital.
Can you talk to us about the structure of the financial industry? Is it changing with competition from fintech players?
No, bank are focusing on that the digital transaction mode for the customer. If I say that the bank already last quarter, 87% transaction happened in the bank out of total transaction by digitally. 11% of the bank account open out of total account open by digitally. So we are also invested in a good amount for digital transformation of the bank. So we are also focusing on that, how we can give the digital service to the customer. We are educating the customer every month wise, how they can be use the digital transaction as a mobile banking, NEFT, RTGS, and IMPS. I hope that that is a need on that to build up more education and awareness among the customers to use of the digital transaction. It can be helped for the bank to reduce the cost and reach to the more people. And we are also focusing on that. I hope that the next 3 years it will be like to more focus on that, the digital transaction. And bank have the plan. By this year, we'll be like to increase from 87% transaction by digital to the 90% transaction by digital, which is the industry also in that level.
So wouldn't you need additional capital, sir, to expand this presence in the digital space?
have the fund enough, and we are already working on that from last year. So it is now progress on that. I feel that it is not much more fund is needed for investment. It will be invested from our own fund. It is enough on that.